Okay, I want to just kind of make a quick video today and just clean up some things I'd forgotten about Thornton and some other things just wanted to talk about. If you look at the dates on my videos, it was from, God, it was 3 months. I did about half of those, 12 of them, and I'm crying. I'm reliving all that crap, and I couldn't, I had to put it aside for a moment, and I had to watch them before I could post them just to make sure. And that's why it took so long between all those videos. I wish I actually sometime I'm gonna figure out how to edit it and just make one long video, so it's not, I don't know, that clumsy. Anyway, Thornton, God, I'd gone to visit my dad. I don't know where he was. We were going skiing, I think. And Thornton, let me see. I think Amy had won two tickets to the Who at Kingdom, Seattle Center, Coliseum, whichever one it was. And so Amy took her dad. And writing is in our blood, his Thornton and my dad's dad. He was an editor of a newspaper. My dad could write. I can write. I love to write. And so my dad, it wasn't a letter. It was this like report that Thornton did on the Who concert. Man, I mean, he like critiqued every song. It just, da da da. And I'm like, oh, like, you know, I thought you go to a concert, man, to go enjoy it and stuff. But he just, he did this whole report on it and, sent it to my dad. And I thought that was cool that Amy took her dad to the Who concert. I want to talk about how clumsy I am. I mean, I learned and accepted how clumsy I am when I was probably 9, 10 years old, living in Connecticut, growing up. You get ice skates and a sled every year for Christmas. That was just a standard gift everybody got. I mean, did you get your ice skates? Did you get your sled? And it's like, yeah. And playing hockey, you little pickup hockey games, and I learned, I could not slap the ice on my stick, going down the ice. I just couldn't back and forth. I just don't have the coordination, man. Playing basketball, that was a joke. It really was, man. I am so clumsy, and I drop things. And I've gotten really good at recovery. Like 50% of the time, I'll catch it before it hits the floor, and we have to, 5 count it or whatever. And going along with being that clumsy, I talked about my brother, hit me with a stone on my forehead. My first stitches, I'm doing dishes, had this really long carving knife sitting just straight up in the dishwasher. I jumped down, it goes right in my leg on my right thigh. It's like, man, yo-yo, 6th grade. I don't know if you guys remember this or whatever, but it seemed like every so many years yo-yos came back into vogue. And I remember I had one of the butterfly yo-yos, and I'm trying to do around the world, man. It caught my eyelid. I mean, I had 8 stitches on my eyelid. Didn't mess my eye up at anything. No black eye, no nothing. Oh man, you run in the backyard, step on this stone, almost sliced my right big toe off. It's still numb from that. There were more. Oh man. Riding my 10-speed in East Bremerton. Bremerton is not set up for bicycles getting around, not like Eugene was. And that's where I brought my bike from back when I was 17. That Centurion Super Le Mans. And I'm coming down I'd gone up to this friend's house, and I'm coming back down, and they were coming down too. They were on a motorcycle, and they had a light, and I'm being smart ass John, and I pass them, and it's in the dark, man, and the road just slightly bends to the right, and to the left was a barbed wire fence, and I caught my arm, opened my arm, had like 47 stitches in my arm. I mean, I'm lucky it wasn't my face. It was all up and down I still have scars if you look closely. It's amazing how, you can't even see it anymore unless you really, really, look at it. So, I mean, I'm saying all that. I mean, God, what other stitches have I had? I mean, it just seemed like every time I turned around, I was opening up my skin again and getting to the doctor, and they were, 2 weeks later cutting them out, just however long, and God, man, this isn't my mom. Okay. This is, I don't hold, in my mind, I'm thinking I'm not going to survive to be 21. I'm going to kill myself. If something's going to happen, I'm just going to, sad because a kid, don't know any better. And I, just I took that to heart, and I just, the hell with everything. Forget it, man. I'm done, man. I'm not, why bother, if I'm just gonna. And I wasn't an sports kid, man. I really wasn't. I was a kid and I went out there and did boy stuff and did stupid stuff, and you get stitches and get stung by bees and find out that you're deathly allergic to them, and so that was like, I accepted that I'm clumsy. I mean, I accepted that I can run fast and I can swim fast, and that's as good as it gets. And I was talking to one of my dad's best friends from high school, Dave, back in Washington D.C. Today, and he was telling me stories about my dad, and we got to. He goes, my dad was really involved in the 4-H dance club in high school. I mean, the flamingo, salsa. I mean, he could do it. And there was another girl who was the best dancer in their group. And Dave's going, yeah, your dad, man, he was so graceful, he was so coordinated, he was so athletic. And I'm going, even my mom told me that she was athletic, and I'm going, I didn't get any of that, at all. I mean, really made me mad, Dave. No, I didn't. But I mean, it's like, man, that's like Secretariat. I think the next champion or whatever out of Secretariat was a grandson or granddaughter. It wasn't his sons or daughters. So that's how that goes. Last thing I want to talk about, and this is really serious, is that you go out in the world and there's people around you, and it doesn't matter who it is. If I see a woman that needs help, is somebody's messing with her or whatever, I will step in, because I can't do that for my own daughters. So I will do that for somebody else. So all these women, all these girls, everybody, they don't know it. I'll never tell anybody, they'll never know. And that's my daughter. I will, and I also have a new purpose in life. I think I'll get out and I'll show you where I'm at, because I'm in a new spot. I call this Charlie spot. He found this. I came up here, and he cleaned up a lot, and then I came up and just kind of got all the little minutia stuff. And so it's nice to sit here in the shade and park, but one of my new mission is, if wherever I go, I mean, I'm gonna at least pick up plastic. I may not pick up all the garbage, but I hate plastic, even though it saved my life, in the hospitals and stuff. But I hate plastic, man. It's not gonna do anything but just get smaller and smaller and never go away. And anyway, so that, and I like that. Down at Railroad Bridge Park, the guy who runs, he's in charge of the whole thing. I mean, he's the director, he's the the buck stops here guy. I was down there, and he pulls up beside me. He goes, "You can't park here." And I said, blah blah blah. I'm talking to him. I'd met him before, and he was really good. Charlie worked for him, and he's really good friends with Charlie still. And so I go, "Man, I picked up this place." And I said, "Remember that there was a TV monitor sitting there? Somebody was broken up and stuff." And I didn't want to touch it, because I wasn't sure if it wasn't sabotage some way, some feces or something in it. I just wasn't going to touch it. But there's all this broken plastic around, so I picked that up. And I told him, and he goes, "Wait. If you keep this clean, you can park here." I'm going, it was a place I showed you. I was on one of my other videos, and I that place is spotless. I'm still walking through there after going over it 25 times, and I'm still picking up cigarette butts from years ago. I mean, it just is like amazing, man. I walked over this 3 days ago, and so that's kind of like, I'm gonna make Sequim just a little better place. I mean, it's not much, but it's where I hang out, and it's where I live, and it's these people from California. That's what Madeline said. That's what Charlie says. It's these people from California. They bring it up here, and then they want to bring their laws and their And anyway, so I just wanted to make a quick video and talk about that stuff. And you guys all have a blessed day, and As Madeline used to tell me, like when I sneezed, she would say many blessings, and it drove me crazy for a long time. And I really like that, just many blessings.